Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Today I'm with a very special guest, the one and only Del, the Funky Homosapien.
Hey, what's up?
There we
What's
go.
happening, man?
So when fans come up to you, do they say the whole thing like Del, the Funky Homosapien? Or do they just say, hey, Del? Because it's such a long-winded name, you know?
I know. People just usually call me Dell or Diesel, D's, whatever. So it depends on the range. The older, maybe people that was from my first album, fans of that, they might be like, it's the Funky Homosapien, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But usually people that know what I'm about, you know, they might be like Deltron, you know, depending on who it is, you know.
You've actually you've made your way through a lot of different genres of just entertainment in general. Like you have a little bit of anime behind you, skateboarding, all that different type of shit. Yeah. Was it ever intentional for because talking to I'm on the younger side, so I've definitely reached out to older people who've listened to your music longer than me. And the first time I was introduced to you was definitely, the Gorillaz, because from the 2000s. But people growing up with your music, they were like, yeah, when I was maybe skating, rollerblading, or actual skateboarding, used to be the anthem for them. Was that all intentional, or how did that even come to be, you being associated with skating?
It wasn't intentional. I was just associated with skating. Basically, anything that was counterculture, I'd be down with, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that was kind of like an outsider on the fringe of stuff, I'd be down with them, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way I was. So it could be skating, might be in the rock over here, you know what I'm saying? Or you might be into anime and stuff. All the cool shit, you know what I'm saying, that now is staples now, you know what I'm saying? Video games, you know, all this shit was at the beginning when we was messing with it, you know what I'm saying? We was all getting clapped for it back then, though. You was like a nerd or something was wrong with you if you was fucking with it back then. But it just survived. Everybody grew up and then all this became industries, you feel what I'm saying? Along with hip hop, so, you know. No, it wasn't intentional though. That's just the way it was, man.
I feel it. It's did you ever think that anime and all that stuff would ever be as popular as it is now, or?
You know what? I never really thought of it like that. I didn't consider it too much. I just knew it was the shit to me. And if you wasn't up on it, you just wasn't up on it. You was not, you know what I'm saying? You was not hip, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like I had a certain type of taste that people just wasn't up on yet. But I knew it was crazy though. Just like I knew hip hop was crazy, you know what I'm saying? I knew skating was crazy, shit that people was doing. I knew it was just beyond. People used to just think it was a waste of time or whatever, or all this dumb shit, the Japanese shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We was getting bootleg shit that still was in Japanese, you know what I'm saying? But it was just crazy to me, you know? So it was just a niche before. It was just a niche group. I never really thought that it'd be like it is now. But I could appreciate it though. It deserved to be, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even the Gorillaz, when you guys first started out, they were underground kind of, and now their newest project, they're releasing it's crazy how they're releasing their newest project. They're releasing it within singles, but almost it's not just 3 singles and they're done. They're continuously releasing it until the whole album's out. And on one of their latest songs, they have Elton John on it even. What? How do you go from, how does that even happen? It's crazy to see how all you guys have aged.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, they already was platinum selling before, you know what I'm saying? So it's to get somebody like an Elton John, especially at this point, they could do that. You know what I'm saying? They had all kind of people on it at this point. You know what I'm saying? All kind of stars from all over. But the way it started out though was real organic. You know what I'm saying? So I could appreciate that. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
The artwork, especially. If it wasn't for the artwork, I would say that really is what separated it from just a regular recording to me. The artwork was just phenomenal. That's what got me into it. Yeah.
And the music videos, the one in the graveyard, that was nuts.
Dude used to draw a tank girl.
Mm.
The same artist. And Tank Girl was like an underground comic from like the 80s. And I used to love that comic. So when I seen the artwork for Gorillaz, I was like, that's the same artist. So that already off the bat got me interested in it. Just that alone. I ain't even heard none of it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy like how like all media in general just kind of builds like a web, and then like the people you like find your niche in that web through like other like-minded people.
Yeah, I mean that everything kind of worked like that. You know what I'm saying? Just connections in general. That's what it's all about, really, is connections. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like
Or dividing, but I'd rather, focus on connecting.
for
Yeah.
sure. Like I think I go through phases where like there's like a word that's like a theme in my life, and I feel like the theme over the past few months during this whole virus is probably like organicness or like authenticity,
Yeah,
because
that's a good one. Yeah.
I feel like
No,
it's
go ahead.
very important, especially like during times like this. Like a lot of people, whether it's artists or just anyone in their work life, you start to realize who actually cares about you during this whole pandemic and is actually going to check up on you, or even you yourself feeling like, oh, maybe if I'm an artist, I feel like I have to continue to connect with this guy like before this pandemic. And then once this pandemic hit, you realize maybe this person that I kept trying to reach because I thought they were going to get me somewhere weren't as important as I thought they were, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. People really rethinking a lot of stuff because everybody just got to sit down. Everybody got to sit down. I feel like everything was just a rush before then. Everybody rushing to do this. Nobody want to stop. And then you just forced to stop by something that's outside of what you could control. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times here, especially, I feel like in the United States, people just feel like they got control over everything. You know what I mean? But you don't.
I know,
This
right?
is just a reminder,
Like this is a little off topic, but like, have you seen the movie Hostel?
No, I haven't. Hostile? Nah, what's that about?
It's I forget who it's by. It's by this really messed up like horror guy that I enjoy. I forget the director's name, but basically it's about,
Hostile?
yeah,
Like a
like how in like foreign countries they have like those little hotels that everyone's staying together. So it's basically about that,
yeah.
and it's about like these Americans that go to like I completely it's Europe or something like that, and they're like staying in this hostel, and then like these girls at this bar like start hitting on them, and basically the whole movie's about how like these people in power trick these like Americans or whatever to go to these hostels, and then they kidnap them, and then like they like pay to like torture them. Basically, it's really fucked up, but it's just crazy like how like these American guys. The movie was made really well, and these it's by the director is Eli Roth. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Mm-mm.
He's made some crazy messed up movies, but anyways, it's just these very innocent like American guys that are going over to Europe trying to just party, and these girls seduce them and then basically kidnap them. And it's like crazy how we kind of feel safe in our own country. Like, of course, kidnappings happen in our country, which is messed up and terrible, but like they just felt like they were going to be safe going to this random country and connecting with these random girls, not worrying about their intentions and stuff. I just feel like we all kind of get in our own little bubble and feel like we're safe, but like at any moment in time we can be touched by whoever. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I've dealt with a lot of stuff too, to where I'll be paranoid, you know what I'm saying? Just constantly looking over my shoulder, trying to just make sure, you know what I'm saying? But you can't really live your life thinking somebody gonna do something to you all the time. If somebody want to do something to you, they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if somebody put a hit on you, you're not gonna know. You know what I'm saying? If it's like that, they're gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to really be worried about. I just try to be cool, stay out the way, so nobody got a reason to want to do nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? As much as I can. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you must be like a pretty deep thinking guy though. Like you probably get asked this all the time, but for part of the research I did on you, I listened to Deltron 3030, I listened to it probably like 3 times, so I could think of my own theme behind the meaning of it and like what mindset you must have been in. But listening to it like during these times, it's fucking scary. Like with your song Virus, I feel like there's 2 sides to that song. I feel like you mixed it in between like an actual virus and like a hacking virus. That's the themes I got in that song. But like what was your mindset for a song like that? Because it's like so relatable right now. It's just creepy.
I know I wasn't even tripping like off the virus, the coronavirus. I wasn't even tripping off of that. But it was technical virus, you know what I'm saying? Like a computer virus, basically taking over, you know, a network or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like on some terrorism shit, basically. You know, just the mind state of somebody behind something like that. But he got a purpose though, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just like he just trying to wreck shit for no reason. He don't agree with whatever the law is or whatever the, you know, the government is trying to shove down our throats or whatever. But that's just a, you know, a point of view or whatever.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what it was about pretty much, you know.
It's crazy like how everyone, like even for me, like I could relate it to what's going on right now. Like that's what I think a beautiful album is, an album that like the artist has a clear intention on what they want to portray in the album, and then it's the listeners that think of something else completely different maybe from what the artist was trying to do. I think because think about it, like even with another song on the album, Gray Matter, you know, update your gray matter, because one day it may matter. So with that song, like even with like, you know, Elon Musk with the Neuralink thing, like his whole deal with the whole thing behind that is like, as humans, we're not really able to completely say what's on our minds when we're actually transcribing to other people or saying what's actually on our minds. It's not truly what's on our minds because we don't know how to say it. So with like the Neuralink thing, I think the goal with it is supposedly maybe supposed to read each other's minds or just use that higher function in your mind so you can be more articulate in a way.
Okay. I didn't even know about that actually.
Yeah, they just started testing. They had like a whole convention on it like 2 months ago, and they like tried it on like pigs, and it worked supposedly. So they're moving along with that shit. He thinks in the next like I watch Joe Rogan a lot, and like he's been on Joe Rogan, and like he was saying that it's supposedly going to be done in the next like 10 to 15 years.
See, my thing with stuff like that is like, at this point, I'm like, I don't want to say humankind's like I'm not a human or something, but you feel me? I just feel like all of us in general, we not ready for all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't even handle little stuff, like having a phone in our hands driving. You know what I'm saying? Without getting in a crash or getting mad at other people because I'm trying to do this, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, this is too much, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even use half of this shit, like the smart speakers and all this shit. I'm like, I just want to be able to plug my speakers up and turn it on without clapping or, you know what I'm saying, having to have it hooked up to Apple Music or some shit. Maybe I don't want to use Apple Music. Maybe I just want to play it with my recorder over here or something. No, you can't do that. It can only be, you know what I'm saying? Like it's you losing control somewhat, and you got to be in that ecosystem. For sure. But a lot of stuff is just going too far, I think. Like we don't even need all that. Like people are starting to remember when, I don't want to say remember when I remember when I used to go to the library. You know what I'm saying? I used to love going to the library. You feel me? Like now it's like, okay, some people probably go to the library. It's like, why? When you just pull out your phone and anything you want to find out is right there. To the point where you don't even have to have nothing in your own memory because you can just look up anything. So like a lot of people, they walking around with nothing really in their head per se, you know what I'm saying? Because they can just look it up on the phone. And then they think they know everything just because they're looking up something on Google. Like, okay, that doesn't make you the master. That doesn't make you like you've been to school or really studied it or know how to apply this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could go on and on, man, but I feel like technology need to stop at a certain point. Like it's going too far. But it's
100%.
like it's money that's involved in it too. You know what I'm saying? So of course they're gonna keep going with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to buy into it. Me personally, I feel like okay, I done bought enough shit. I'm not buying no more shit. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me?
Definitely.
I think I got enough
I used
for now,
for sure.
for now.
I used to love going to the library. I used to go almost every day, like when I was in like elementary school, to like just read comic books because they for some reason my I don't know if all libraries do this, but my library, like anytime a new issue would come out, they'd like have it within that day, like at that library. So like every week I could get like the new issue of whatever that comic book was and just like read it in the library, leave. Maybe if it was like a thicker comic book, take it home and then return it like the next few days or something.
Damn.
That used to be like that was my first like freedom for me was like biking to the library at first and like escaping into like Spider-Man books or like Batman or anything like that.
Damn. So it sounds similar to how I grew up.
Mm.
But instead of going to the library, I'd go to the comic book store,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, and buy or steal whatever comics I wanted. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it sounds hella similar to what I would be doing. That would be my escape.
Yeah, I still collect comic books. I even get I don't know what they're called, but like at antique I like going to antique stores sometimes. And at sometimes at antique stores they have like just like the comic book cover imprinted on like a metal sheet or something and they
Mm-hmm.
make it look all rustic and stuff. Like I got this from like a antique store like a month ago. It's like
I was
a
just tripping off that phone. Like, damn, that's a
yes.
cool ass phone, actually.
Yeah, like the Mickey Mouse holds it and stuff. It's dope.
I was tripping
And I
off
got the
that.
Mickey Mouse tattoo. Like Mickey Mouse is like dope.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But yeah, I love all that type of stuff. But
Do you draw?
I don't. I wish I could. I used to draw when I was little, and like I found my old books of like I used to draw pretty well, but I don't know. Like for me, I learn things better through like audio. So like what I've been working on is like DJing and like mixing and chopping up music and doing like this podcast. And like I've realized if I take even like 4 days off from my podcast, I low key kind of get like not depressed, but like upset, like something's off.
Mm.
It's really weird, even though I'm just like talking to people, but like it's something that I found that just helps me. So this is like my art form. Like I know you can't see it, but I have like over this whole quarantine, I've invested so much in like this little setup in my house because I have a studio, but in downtown Seattle, but like it's closed off because of the COVID. So like
Oh, damn.
I have a crib. I have like a laptop right here. I have this mic and then another mic right here. Got photo shoot lights behind me. Like,
Oh, damn.
yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy type shit.
Yeah, it sounds similar to what I got set up here. But that's good, though, that you invested in yourself like that.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But back on that technology thing, I have a Google phone. It's like a literally made by Google, and
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty cool actually.
Is it?
And but like the other day, I got this like notification on my phone, and it was like, "Do you want to update your voice on Google so it understands who you are better and like say more sentences and stuff?" Like they were gonna actually like, if I was like in my phone driving and I wanted to say, "Hey Google, take me to McDonald's," it would
Mm-hmm.
recognize my voice versus saying like having my passenger do it or something. And I feel like that's too much control even like maybe like you get like a lot of phones have like the thumbprint scanner or whatever to sign in,
Mm-hmm.
which is already a lot if you think about
Yeah.
it. So now Google probably has my thumb, but now they actually want more voice recognition. I can't. I said no to that. Like they gave you the option to do that, and I said no. But like think about it. It's like you're willing to give over your thumb. There's the facial recognition, and they're trying to work more on your voice now.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is fucking nuts.
Everything. You can give up everything. Like, they already taking all our information stuff, using it for ads and all kind of shit. So, like, yeah, man, it's like they farming. Like, your attention is the main. I mean, I guess that was always the commodity, your attention. You know what I mean? But I guess now it's really literally down to your attention. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get nothing else out of you without convincing you. You know, it's like game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got to sell something. You got to sell you on the idea or this product or whatever. I got to convince you. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just a deeper level of it now. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
It's just crazy, man.
So we don't have to break down Deltron 3030. Like I feel like probably tons of people have already asked you about it, but like, what was your mindset when you created that? Like, what compelled you to make an album like that?
You know what? What I was thinking was like, I already started like fooling around with doing like battle rhymes, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, regular MC shit, but with futuristic terminology or like, you know, technical terminology. I already was kind of fooling around with that. And then I started just thinking like, okay, what if I made another franchise? And I was thinking like Mega Man, right? So you got Mega Man and then you got Mega Man X, right? And Mega Man X is basically the same as Mega Man, but like with more souped up graphics. You know, you could do cleaner shit, you know what I'm saying? Like cleaner bosses, you know what I'm saying? Everything was just more futuristic and saucier, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, what if I did that with Dell? Like, you know, I'm still battle rhyming, no MC shit, but just spruce it up with futuristic wordplay and shit like that. So that was the basis of it. And I was thinking, like, is that good enough to separate it from just Del the Funky Homosapien to warrant me creating it? And I just figured like, yeah, okay. I think that'll work. You know what I'm saying? That just on a business level as another product. And then that's where I started with it. And then you know what? I told my manager Domino at the time about it. I kind of shared it with him. So he went and he told Automator about it.
Ooh.
I had just worked with Automator and Prince Paul on Handsome Boy Modeling School was the name of the record. So they was familiar with fucking with me with that. So Dom was like, yo, Del got this idea called Deltron Z, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was just running by you, would you be interested in doing something like that? And he was like, yeah. So then Dom came back to me, he was like, yo, Automator, he said he down to like produce the shit. And then it just started from there. He gave me like a cassette tape with like maybe 10, 12 beats. He's like, see if you like these. And I went home. I think I wrote Virus right after that. It was like, yeah, let's go. You know, so he was like, you like all of them? I was like, yeah, let's go. He's tight. Let's go. And then from there, we just started recording maybe like a week, maybe, but not a successive days though. So like maybe one day I go there, then take a while, come back. But about a week is what it took to record the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Automator filled in the blanks though, as far as the storyline and shit. Because I was just rapping at first, you know what I'm saying? But then Automator was like, maybe you should do a song about this, or maybe you should do something, you know, just give me some ideas, concepts to kind of fill it out. And production wise, he really produced it. You know what I'm saying? He really did what a producer should do. So yeah, it was, and then Kid Koala did add a lot of it too. You know what I'm saying? So us three all working on them combined. What's up?
See that Kid Koala with the soundscape.
Yeah. With the scratching soundscape.
Yeah, that was fucking nice.
Added shit, yeah. So
that
that's
fire. I love that album.
I appreciate that, man.
Was it so it wasn't really supposed to be even like a warning type album, was it? It was just supposed to be like something like a fantasy type deal.
I was just, like I said, it started off with me just rapping. I was just clowning with it, you know what I'm saying? I was just trying to be raw, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like with any other record, I'm just trying to have fun with it and be raw. But it turned into something else, I guess, because I guess, you know, I'm going to say what's on my mind regardless. I just can't help that. So that, I didn't mean to write none of that shit. All that shit just came out because that's just the way I feel about shit. You know what I'm saying? And I guess Automator kind of directed it more once he started seeing, oh, you saying some of this here, you saying some of this here. Why don't you say something? You know what I'm saying? He started expanding on it. Oh, okay, yeah, I could go with that. And that's how it grew to be the Deltron that you know about.
I feel those ads in it were hilarious. They're that was a great. It was amazing.
Yeah, all that is Dan. That is Dan. Yeah.
I bet there's tons of different like rabbit holes or like Reddit holes you can go down of people trying to like think about like why you created that, and like Reddit is a freaking wormhole if you've ever been on that app before.
Oh yeah. I fool with Reddit sometimes. Yep. People was telling me about Reddit like some years ago, like some youngsters that was like, man, you ain't fool with Reddit? It's like, nah, what's that? They're like, man, they talk about you all the time on Reddit. I'm like, for real? Damn.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, that was a while ago though, back when Reddit was like hella on the under and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now Reddit is like, you know, it's Reddit now. You feel me? But yeah, man. It is wormholes like hell, yeah.
And it was crazy. Like you guys kind of created one of the first hip hop podcasts, also, like the Hierocast.
Really?
Like,
what's the? Explain to me.
Like you guys, like it was like Hieroglyphics podcast kind of, and you guys like chopped into like the Hierocast, and you guys are just like, I don't know if it was like before concerts or like whenever you guys just felt like recording, but you guys had like it was like early 2000s. Before like podcasts were really popping, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I don't even know if you guys realize that.
Well, hold up. What are you talking about? Because I'm trying to see what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
You know what the Hierocast is?
The Hierocast? No, you know what the Hierocast is?
Was it the what's his name? The
with Stinky?
Oh yeah, they talking about the website. The Hyro website, how they came up with the Hyro Imperium brand.
Yeah,
you guys had
that was just,
you guys had straight up like little interviews you guys would do with each other and stuff.
Did interviews we would do with each other?
Yeah, you haven't seen those on YouTube or anything like that?
Oh, I've seen like, you know, different shit here and there on YouTube, but
like you guys straight up created like a little podcast deal.
Mac, you know what? So much shit be done with Hyro that I don't even be there or cognizant of. So you might have to juggle my memory.
Might talk about the new Hyro Day, the Cyber Hyro Day that just happened.
You ain't talking about the Cyber Hyro Day that just happened, are you?
What's that? No, I'm talking about you guys literally straight up had like a little podcast type deal like in the early 2000s.
In the early 2000s.
Let me see if I can find it.
Okay, he gonna look. I'm like, what? I feel like he's gonna show me and I'm gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, he probably there's still a lot of stuff out there though.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember y'all doing a podcast stuff.
Yeah, I think he's like saying like it's like a proto.
No, podcast. It was so this is right here. This is Google Podcast, okay? So this is like all the different podcasts you can do. And you type in like on here the Hierocast, and it's like a red cover, and this is like all your guys' little. We can't even see it because it's so bright, but you guys have like this was like in the early like 2007.
I think I do remember that. I don't remember myself being a part of that. You know what I'm saying? But I do like have a slight recollection that there was like a I do kind of remember that. I just never listened to none of them.
Your bio is like, this is not a podcast. This is a Hierocast featuring exclusive content from the Hieroglyphics crew. Check out tunes from Del the Funky Homosapien, Souls of Mischief, Casual, OC, Opio. It's like just all of you guys, and like you guys like all did like little interview type things.
Oh, okay. See, they might have interviewed me and then was like, okay, we're gonna use this for this. Can I get you over here doing it? Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
That's funny.
You know I'm not knowing what it's gonna be used for, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I just, if they need me to do something, I'll come and do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be so focused on my own shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really be focused on Hyro like that because we never was a group like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like we was more like an organization.
Like a collective type deal.
Yeah. And we kind of came out as a group once we all got dropped from our labels. We figured the best way to come back out was to all group together and be one group. That way we could all just push out at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Just maximize whatever money we had to do the shit. So that's how that happened.
Damn.
Then it just kind of stuck there, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody just started associating us with Hyro. Because if you never knew before then, like for a lot of people, they just know us from when Hyro came out. You know what I'm saying? And then people that know us from before then, when they was on Jive and I was on Electra, that's like a whole nother era. Then Deltron, that's a whole nother era. Then Gorillaz, that's a whole nother. You feel me? So
there's not a lot of artists that do that and can like get away with something like that. That's
it ain't. Yeah, it ain't really. A lot of people fall off, really.
Holy shit. That's
It's
insane. Yeah, you have
hard,
like
man.
that's like 3 different generations of people right there.
Yeah.
Damn.
George Clinton, he the one I look up to. George Clinton, he ain't never played out. You feel me? Like he been doing shit since the doo-wop era. You know what I'm saying? Till now, still. You know what I'm saying? But he understood. He understood it was all doo-wop. He understood it was all the blues. Even when hip hop came out, and older people that was with his generation was like, "This shit is garbage. Oh, they're just talking over a beat. This shit ain't music." He understood it. He's like, "No, that's like scatting." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he peaked. So he never tried to clown the youngsters. And then that actually brought him back. You know, with the Chronic and all that shit. They was bringing him back. Like, come on, Uncle George, you feel me? That rejuvenated him. So I'm just taking tips from him, man, really.
I think Charlie Wilson has done an amazing job too.
Him
From the
too,
Gap
yeah.
Band till now. Like he's probably in the top 20 featured artists for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Like he's on hella shit. Like even working with like Tyler the Creator or anything like that. Like what? It's like it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. It's like a special kind of person to be able to understand everything. Like some people, they can't understand new shit. Like I don't know why. It's all music, but you know.
Yeah, you're right. Like maybe the technology changes, but it's still like music.
Yeah, some people be stuck in their era too, though. Like they think that's the best, and can't nothing else be tight. You know what I'm saying? I don't even look at it like that. I mean, it's cool, but I don't even think about the past really that much.
Well, my favorite era of music is probably like the 60s or 70s, honestly. Like I love all the hip hop now, but like there's just like something different about them. Even with their sad songs, they were like happy until you like actually like paid attention to what was going on. And you're like, what?
Yeah. Motherfuckers was talented, man, but that's all they was doing was playing music. So like it wasn't no video games, wasn't no all this, wasn't none of this shit. So you just bored, like I'm gonna learn this guitar till I just know everything about it. It's part of my hand. You feel me? But that's all that is not really necessary to an extent. But that's my favorite era too, the 70s. I think that was like that was the end of really being the musicianship, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think with hip hop, just being crafty, you know what I'm saying? Being crafty with it. What else can I do with this? And so you already heard this before. What can I do to make it sound new again? You feel me?
Now, like we're in an age where it's like, how do we make something sound new again after like remixing? Like, it's. I think we're just like in like a transition phase right now. I feel like, but there's some very talented producers out there that like help artists just find their voice in a way.
Yeah, there's some type producers out there. Yeah. Yeah.
So with you, do you pay attention to like new music that comes out, or how do you, if you do, like where do you look, and or is it people that recommend you to new artists, or?
I just catch whatever float by, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm on the internet all the time, so usually what most popular shit I'll peep, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll peep something that might be a little bit more underground over here, over there. But, you know, I just stick my hand out there if something catches my ear. You know what I mean?
What about
I don't actively go out and look for shit, though, like I used to, because I'll be too busy working on my own shit. You know what I'm saying? But I try to keep my ear open to shit, though.
Yeah, you've actually had some, like, hidden features that I'm like, what the hell? Like IDK, he's probably like one of my favorite artists, and like Pizza Shop. Like, how'd you find like an artist like him?
He reached out to me because he felt me, you know what I'm saying? So you know, can I get Dell to do something with me? And so that's where I learned about him. You know, he sent me the track and I was like, oh dude, it's tight actually.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the way that worked out.
You got MF Doom on that also? Like that's
I know,
crazy.
that was crazy. Yeah. Doom is another one. Doom is from KMD, you know what I'm saying? KMD is a whole nother group, you know what I'm saying? So he reinvented himself kind of like I did with Deltron. He did the same thing with MF Doom. He actually told me, because we were signed to the same label, you know what I'm saying? So he hit me with his whole idea for MF Doom. Like, it's gonna go like this, MF Doom. My name is Doom, but you know, MF Doom, I'm gonna have the Doom mask like Dr. Doom. I was like, man, that's gonna be raw. He told me the whole plan, and exactly how he told me is exactly how it came out, and it all worked.
Shit.
So I'm like, oh, okay, you could really just plan it all out like that, and it could really work. Like, he really showed me that shit. Yeah, man.
Or like even most recently, I don't know like if you guys just put it out or if it's actually like a recent song or not, but like even like connecting with like Little B, like that's pretty fucking nuts. Like his beats are like some of the like either whether it's him producing or his producer producing, Bass Kid, like those are some hard ass beats to actually like work with.
Have you heard the song that I did with Little B?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I fuck with Little B, man. He's a dope ass producer, actually.
He on the new album with you and Kool Keith.
Yeah, I just did a album with Kool Keith.
Oh.
And Little B.
And Little B is on it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I got Little B featured on it too.
Damn.
Yeah, but he's somebody I try to like keep close contact with because we both Leos. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I've understood his shit from the moment I was listening to his shit. Like, okay, I get him.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to he remind me of me a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he's good to have around, man. He's a good inspiration too.
Very unique.
Just that youngster, you know, mentality. Sometimes I'll be on some other shit and he'll remind me, nah, forget that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Cowbells.
Yeah, you feel me? Or just don't stress too much about it. Just do it. Why are you waiting? Just do it. You know what I'm saying?
So can you talk about this new album? Like when's the release date slated for and all that?
Shit, I don't know, man. I just sent the stems over to Cut Master Kurt, so he's gonna mix it and master it. We'll see where we go from there. But it's done. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it come out soon. I mean, I know Keith wants the shit to come out soon. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But it's fire though.
He's another crazy guy. Didn't he do like Dr. Octagon?
Yeah.
That's some crazy shit. All those like other personality, like second personas are fire, man.
Man, he another one is just, man, if you want to do it, just do it. Like, he ain't got no barriers. He's just like, fuck it. Well, for me, I'm like, I gotta make sure it's gotta be, but I'm trying to get away from that more and just get to the pure art of it and not be tripping so hard about this or that, what people gonna think about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, he's raw though. Yeah, Kool Keith, he's one of my main inspirations for even rapping, because I got his shit.
Damn.
And I thought like Ultramagnetic MCs, I thought that was it. Once I heard that, I was like, fuck all other kind of music. Hip hop is the shit. Fuck R&B, fuck all this other shit. So yeah, for sure, being able to work with him is like, I don't even want to say it was like a dream come true, because I don't even know if I would even be dreaming that, but it just worked out hella strange like that. Yeah.
Crazy. I just like the older generation of hip hop, they're all somehow like all these artists are somehow all connected in some way or another, which I just think is amazing, whether it's somehow doing like background vocals or writing on someone else's project or actually just knowing them as a friend, maybe not even ever actually making a song with them. Like somehow everyone's just all connected no matter what side of the coast you're on.
Yeah.
It's kind of beautiful.
I used to like seeing somebody like back in the background, like say somebody like Mobb Deep, right? They first album, they was like some little kids with some sickles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to be scary or whatever. They was like little kids smoking blunts and drinking 40s and shit. They was on it like that. But they first album, Premier produced hella shit for them. So they shit was slapping, and then they just vanished for hella long. And then they came out with the infamous record. But at that point, fucking Havoc must have learned hella shit from Premier. So now he making the beats now. So I'm like, damn, I remember them. I remember that's the same Mobb Deep. This shit is just hella crazy. Or you would see somebody on the sidelines over here, they'd be somebody partner. And then later on, they come out with their own shit. You like, oh, I remember they was down with, like Tribe Called Quest is a good example. They was down with the Jungle Brothers, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing Q-Tip on the Jungle Brothers shit hella long ago. Then I'm hearing about Q-Tip got a Tribe Called Quest. He got a single coming out. Oh shit! You just keep all this underground hype building up. Redman is the same type of thing. I heard Redman down with EPMD. Heard him on EPMD shit. Who is this? Oh, he raw. You know what I'm saying? He gets signed and get a deal. I'm like, oh my God, he coming out with a record. You know what I'm saying? This shit's crazy.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah, I feel you with the connection though.
It's awesome. So like, what was the process behind this new project? Like, was it just all written during this quarantine or?
Yeah, basically. It just real quick. I just did a with Keith, Dr. Octagon Part 2, right? And I was on it, right? So while I was doing that with him, we did a show for that and shit. And like backstage, Keith was like, yo, Dale, you should let me produce some shit for you. I was like, yeah, let's do that. Because I love all his shit. I love. Like, I bought damn near every one of his records. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with all his shit. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then we kind of just went our separate ways or whatever. But I always kept it in the back of my mind. Man, I want to fuck with him. You need to hit him. And then one day I finally just reached out to Cutmaster Kurt and was like, you got the link on Keith? I want to get some beats from him or whatever. So we hooked up with him, you know, 3-way or whatever. He was like, Keith was like, oh, yeah, I was just thinking about you, Dale. Yeah, I had a few beats for you. Like, he was on the same page already. So I'm like, what's up? So he went into the studio, gave it like 2 weeks, sent them to me. I'm like, damn, like hella quick. I didn't even expect them back to get back at me that damn quick, like 12 beats, all fires. I'm like, okay, like that night, I wrote to all of them that night. Shit. And then from there, just started recording them. Like in like a week, the shit was done.
Damn.
Yep. I mean, he got me juiced. But I knew I wanted to rap over his beats because they reminded me of like some hyphy shit from the town. You know what I'm saying? Like, just had like a weird sense to them, but still 8080 and like just beat oriented. So I'm like thinking in my mind, like, motherfuckers out here in the town, they'll fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? They'll fuck with me if I rap to this shit. So that was my idea for it, man. Yeah.
Are there any artists that like you've wanted to connect with that you haven't been able to yet, or are you pretty happy with your catalog? Got a crazy catalog.
You know what? Redman. I hella want to fuck with Redman. Because I never got to like, he was going to produce something for me for my 3rd album before I got dropped from Elektra. You know what I'm saying? And he was with it, everything. You know what I'm saying? Well, I talked to him, everything. Then I got dropped. It never happened. But I know he fucked with me. You know what I'm saying? We fuck with each other. It's just be on and off. But I never really just hollered at him in this time frame like, yo, what's up? And I know he out there like not really doing shit. He doing shit, but
a single here or there.
Yeah, he's here and there. You feel me? Just kind of like if somebody reached out to him, I know he'd be like, what's up? What's up? It's all good. You feel me? So I know it's there, but definitely him is somebody I really want to do something with.
Sugar free.
Yeah, Sugar Free. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Sugar Free. Like he performed at the last Hyro Day. So I got to talk to him a little, hobnob a little bit, but it was just two motherfuckers just on it. Like Sugar Free. Oh my God, Sugar Free. You know what I'm saying? So he's getting mobbed. I was just like, fuck it. I'm not even gonna try to bother you right now.
Damn.
But I know he fuck with me though.
I've been seeing like a lot of older artists coming back to like Seattle to perform also, like at little clubs and stuff. Like he was just in town, like before the quarantine, of course, but he just visited Seattle not too long ago.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Do you have
Sugar Free, one of my all time. He one of my favorite rappers. Period. Yeah, for real. But he a funketeer though. Like I was talking about George Clinton, you know what I'm saying? Parliament Funketeer. He a funketeer. So underlying everything else, the pimp reads, all that shit, whatever. He a funketeer, like first and foremost. That he just can't even hide that. So I always fuck with him just on that level.
Damn.
Yeah.
So do you have like any experiences in Seattle? This is a Seattle-based podcast. I love to have everyone on from all different backgrounds. Don't have to be from Seattle, but like, do you have any stories or experiences in Seattle that come to mind?
Man, my man Zach Hendricks, I believe, is from Seattle. Yeah. Right, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let me give a shout out to Zach Hendricks, man. I ain't talked to you in a minute neither, but that's my dude.
Jake One in Seattle.
Yeah, Jake One, yeah.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D, I forgot about him, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I know a little bit about that. But really, Zach is my dude. He was my DJ for years, you know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
And he was
still in the mix with him.
Yeah, like he's a funketeer too. He was putting me up on some Parliament funk shit that I had never even heard before, like God Mama and all this shit. I'm like, what's this? Like, yeah, like as a DJ, he bought so many records, he had to start slanging records on eBay to support it. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't help himself. He just had to buy whatever was tight to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, his whole house was just lined wall to wall records. Crazy. Every time we go out on the road, we just be going digging. Every place we go, he know a new record store. We gotta hit this up. So yeah, that's my dude, man. Zach Hendricks, man. Give a shout out to him, man.
That's crazy. Yeah. So with this whole quarantine, have you done any like self-evaluating or like learn anything new about yourself? Because like what you said, like everyone's had a lot of time to do self-reflection.
I had to. I mean, like, really, I had just had like a badass accident on the Gorillaz tour.
Oh shit!
I damn near got killed. We walked off the fucking stage and fell into a camera pit.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? Like it was. No one told me there was a camera pit there. It looked like it was just all flat. You know what I'm saying? And I just ran out on stage.
Oh shit!
On the bottom, the show over from there. So I got hospitalized for like 3 weeks there till I broke like 7 ribs, punctured my lung. Like I was fucked up, hella fucked up. So just coming back from that, my mind was just fucked up. You know, hella shit from my childhood was popping up that I had blocked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just working on all that shit. So I couldn't even go out on the road, really. I still was having to, and people were still urging me to get out there and get on the road because it's a machine or whatever going, you know what I mean? But I really wasn't ready to. So when this shit happened, I was like, good. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody got to sit the fuck down. I needed to anyway. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's good, like it ain't good, but I definitely was able to take that time, and now this shit is slowed down. Let me try to reconfigure my life and see what the hell I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So yeah, I did a lot of self-reflection and just trying to restructure. Shit is just different now. Like touring, that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? For the foreseeable future. At least for me, I'm like, I'm not going out till, no, that's a wrap. I got to be convinced, you feel me, that it's safe. So it's like, what can you do? So that's why I'm turning more to podcasts. I'm turning to doing these little episodes and shit, you know, with a little commentary on this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it on Patreon though. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get on Twitch and do some streaming because I just got back on my video game. You know what I'm saying? Post. You know what I'm saying? Really just acting a fool with it. You know what I'm saying? On my stream post. You know what I'm saying? Just really just going hard because I'm in the house. You feel me? And capturing it. You know what I'm saying? So I know a couple of people on Twitch. My man Caustic, he a battle rapper. Feel me? From King of the Dot. And he be on Twitch. So I'm like, let's hook up. You know what I'm saying?
Merce on Twitch.
Yeah, Merce is on Twitch. Yeah. You know, you know the rapper Merce, right?
Yeah. He's on Twitch?
Yeah, he's on Twitch. There's a few people on Twitch. I heard what is it, Logic? I heard Logic is on Twitch too.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know motherfuckers is all trying, that's gonna be the new wave now. That's a little, I can make some money here. So I'm trying to be like tiptoe with it because I don't want nobody to really be like, ugh, he's just trying to get his little cash out over here or whatever because he can't go on the road no more. But everybody know I fuck with video games from the beginning. So it's not hella strange, you feel me?
What type of video?
Go ahead.
What type of video games are you into?
I like action games. I like arcade Twitch kind of games. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my favorite game right now is Swarm Lake. And it's a game, it's a first person shooter, but it's only one stage. You're basically getting chased by this swarm And
Okay.
it just get bigger and bigger and bigger behind you, and you can't stop. You got to keep running. You got to just try to outmaneuver it, but it's faster than you. It starts turning into a big ass wall, but there's
Oh
like
shit.
these explosive like gems that you could jump and grab, and if you
Yeah.
grab it, whatever's around you will be destroyed, right? So you got to just kind of focus on those to try to stay alive as long as you can. You feel me? So it's basically like a point system.
For sure.
So after you get 10,000 points, that's Swarm Lake. So that's like a high standard. You get that, you doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So there's motherfuckers online that got like 31,000. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's hard as fuck too. So that's another reason why I like it. But that's
sure.
it. You know what I'm saying? It's like an arcade game and eat up your quarters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just put your quarter in. It's like, okay, you dead in a few seconds. But if you raw, you just look hella saucy. You feel like a Mac. You know what I'm saying? So I like games like that. You feel me?
For sure. I just found this like, it sucks because it's kind of closed. Well, it's not closed, but like, you know, like how a lot of cafes make it so you can't like sit down or anything right now. Like a lot of restaurants are like closed off mostly, but you can like order your food to go or something. And I just recently moved up to my new house like a year ago. So I'm still trying to like understand the area. And I live in the woods, and like the closest town to me, the closest town to me, I saw there's like this video game like arcade cafe, and it's like crazy. Like, there's like Pac-Man on the outside of it, and there's like all these arcade machines inside of it. But basically, you can only go in to get like the food, and you can't play the games. I'm like, fuck. If I'd known about this any earlier, I would have definitely gone in to play some of those games.
Damn. You ain't got a MAME on the computer?
I don't even, so I just use my Xbox usually because like I just got a new computer, but most of these computers are just good for like video editing and like I use like FL Studios to like record and stuff.
You got a PC?
These are laptops actually.
Oh, okay, but they're PCs?
I like I only use like video game consoles for like gaming stuff.
Oh, for real? The PC is the best, I would say.
That's what everyone says.
By far. I spend more time playing on my PC than anything.
Damn.
They just got basically all the games that trickle down to Xbox or PlayStation really be coming from stream.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
I've seen that.
And the graphics are like, okay, as souped up as you want to make your computer is how tight the graphics will be. You feel me? So it's up to you and what you working with. You feel me? But they smoke Xbox. Xbox is made by Microsoft anyway. You feel me? So it's the same thing, basically, having a PC. I got an Xbox too, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with PlayStation because they just weak to me. But Xbox I fuck with. And Nintendo Switch I fuck with. You know what I'm
saying? PCs are like cars, basically. You can just soup the fuck out of those cars, and they're PCs.
Yeah. I mean, that's a real computer as far as I'm concerned. It's a PC. You do whatever the fuck you want to with it. Macs, though, I'm on a Mac now, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But they got it's like computing for dummies or something. Like they try to do everything for you. I'm like, I don't need you to block this off to me. I don't need you to, I know how to use a computer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I got both. You know what I'm saying? So when I get tired of what Apple is doing and all this that they're trying to do with their ecosystem, I could just go to my PCs and work on there. So,
yeah, I feel that. I don't like Apple products. So they're like childish, like you were saying. I like Android or like Windows type deals because like you actually have like more control of what you're doing versus like Apple is like set in stone. You can only swipe right, swipe left. Can't really customize what your apps look like and none of that stuff. It's pretty boring.
I mean, it's cool because for things that you're trying to do like video editing, shit like that, it's cool, but like it's not really as potent as like you can make a PC to be. But the thing with a PC, you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like drivers, you got to install all the time and little shit you got to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to go inside the shit so much of the time to try to fiddle with shit to try to get it to work. Where with the Mac, you just plug this shit up and it work. You know what I'm saying? So,
Cookie cutter.
What's up?
Cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely.
like cookie cutter. Yeah, like you know, like for dummies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mom is like, iPad, what do you just touch it?
Yeah.
Just touch it. There's only one button and you touch the screen. Like she really like trying to figure this shit out. Like it's too simple for her. You feel me?
Yeah, I get that.
Shit's crazy.
But last thing on video games, have you heard of the new Cyberpunk 2077 game coming out?
Yeah, I'm interested in it, but I'm like, it's taking too long.
But maybe that's good.
It better be astounding. It better, but I'm thinking like, I don't really fuck with the AAA games. They be weak to me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be so much hype around them.
Yeah.
They're like Hollywood movies now. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'd be into like indie games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I get
saying?
that.
Like, have you heard of Devolver?
Mm-mm.
Devolver. That's like one of my favorite companies. They got a lot of tight games that are just like off the wall and crazy. You know what I'm saying? They got one called Hotline Miami that's super raw.
Oh shit.
It looked basic, but you do some crazy shit. You basically like a hitman.
Okay.
And like your phone be ringing. It's based in like the 80s.
Yeah.
So you don't know nothing. It's like you like a psycho. And just all this shit is just coming, the phone just ring and be like, yeah, you got to do this job. Clean it up over here. And then you go do this shit and you walk through this shit just trying to murder everybody. That's all you do is try to walk through the shit and just murder everybody. But you get one man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One man, one chance. Like one bullet will kill you. You can start over immediately.
Yeah.
But like, you got to be hella precise. Check it out.
Yeah.
They got part 1 and 2. You can get it as a bundle now.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you fuck with the Xbox, it's on the Xbox.
For sure, I'll check that out. Yeah, I love all types of games, honestly. Like from like 8-bit to what Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be. Like you're right about that. They literally got Keanu Reeves to be like one of the main characters in the game.
See?
So it's like, Hollywood.
Okay. You're spending all this money. I'm like, it better be. I'm thinking, how could he even be that raw? Like, it ain't gonna be that tight to be putting that much on it. I'm like, okay, man, you trying to sell me too much. But I'm gonna buy it though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy it. I'm waiting for it. Just because it's cyberpunk. Anything cyberpunk, I'm gonna want to fuck with.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The best example of it falling flat is the new Avengers game. Have you seen that shit? Like it completely just fell flat on its face.
Yeah. I heard about it, and that's all I needed to hear. But see, like I'm saying,
money grab.
I'm already thinking Avengers is gonna be weak. Already, because it's an Avengers game. I'm thinking it's gonna be weak. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's the Avengers, it's a major, you know what I'm saying, franchise. They can't make it tight. They're not gonna make it tight. It's just they just gonna try to coast on that name.
Yeah.
You feel me?
The Batman games are fucking nuts. They're like the Arkham City games. Have you played those?
Those are raw though. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're coming out the new one soon too.
But Batman, I'm like, do I really want to be Batman? Or do I want to play some new shit? Like, there's some crazy games out there that's like stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like really like dumb. Like, oh my God, how did they come up with this shit? I'm saying, man, PC is kind of the shit, man.
Yeah.
Steam that's the name of it. Steam. It's like a service, you know what I'm saying? So you could buy games on there for hella cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like $10, $15. Like everybody could come there and sell their shit on there. From indie to the majors, you know what I'm saying? So you find deals all the time. Like I just seen today a Sega deal where Sega had just hella their games on there. $2, $3.
Oh shit.
Some raw shit too. Like I spent $12 on about 5 games.
Oh damn. Yeah.
All raw, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
so
crazy.
It's constantly got deals, you know what I'm saying? All the new shit is on there. Like Cyberpunk, that's on there. It's going to be on there first. They're like, that's the major leagues, and then it trickled down to Xbox and PlayStation. So check it out, Steam. It's on Macs too.
Yeah, for sure.
But games ain't really on the Mac though like that. So it's very little, even though they have Steam for the Mac. So you kind of stuck to the PC.
For sure. Well, Del, what is some advice that you have for up and coming artists, creators, influencers?
Man, shit, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out some advice. Shit. Man, I would say whatever it is you're trying to do, just try to stay focused on it, try to invest in it, and, you know, be realistic with what you're working with. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't gas yourself and make yourself think you better than what you really is. You know what I'm saying? Because as good as you think you is, you probably not that good. You know what I'm saying? You probably need to work harder at it still. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably one of the main things I would say. Don't gas yourself before you really, you know what I'm saying? Work on your shit constantly. Because the better you work, the more you work at it and the better you get, it's got to pay off. Because at a certain point, you're going to get so good with this shit. It's like out the blue. Oh my God, where was this at? For you, you've been working years and years, but outside, it's like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just keep working at your shit, invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Well, damn, we made it to an hour. That was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, I end the podcast by saying this is the NAST podcast, and then my guest says their name. So this is the NAST podcast with
Del, Funky Homosapien. Yeah.